What is information security? Information security is the protection of information and property from theft, corruption, or natural disaster while allowing the information and property to remain accessible and productive to its intended users. For many, this definition is synonymous with computer security, keeping the data on your PC safe from unwanted parties. However, computers are just tools we use to handle information. It is important to note that information security doesn't just include what you keep on your computer, but any and all information that you want to protect. An early example of information security is the Caesar cipher, created in 50 BCE and attributed to none other than the man himself, Julius Caesar. This cipher was designed to prevent intercepted messages from being read. Another major leap in information security was during World War II with the creation of the professional field of information security. Codemakers and breakers worked around the clock, all in an attempt to gain and protect information. Some of the earliest computers were used in this newly emerging field. The Colossus computer was a British system that was critical in breaking the German codes. So what does this mean for us? We don't live in ancient Rome, nor do we send important documents with the fear that they will be intercepted by the Germans or barbarian hordes. We simply send an email or text message. Information devices such as cell phones and computers have become the newest battleground for information security. People now keep almost every important piece of information about themselves on a computer or some other information device. As we continue into the digital age, our information is becoming easier and easier to access, and that can be a major problem. When you hear about massive thefts in the United States, it's never a man in a long black coat breaking into the First National Bank. It's hackers cracking a computer's cybersecurity and stealing information. As unintuitive as it sounds, cash isn't the most valuable currency anymore. Information is. With information being so valuable and so many people out there looking to acquire it, how has information security evolved to protect you and your potentially valuable information? Thankfully, there are security professionals working on our side. Companies like AVG, Microsoft, and McAfee have developed software specifically designed to keep your computer and information secure. Unfortunately, the odds are stacked against our would-be defenders. It is inherently easier to find a vulnerability in a system than it is to create a system with no vulnerabilities. That's why it falls to us, the users, to keep our own information safe. So how can I stay safe? Well, first and foremost, everyone should run security software on their machines, even you Apple folks. Next, it is important to run a modern web browser like the newest versions of Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, and Opera. Each of these browsers has built-in defenses to steer you away from dangerous sites. Likewise, a modern operating system is a necessity. If you were wondering, Windows XP does not make the cut. However, the best defense is common sense. No matter how many antivirus or malware programs you load up on your computer, without common sense, you run a high risk of having your information stolen. This applies to mobile devices too. With more and more personal information being stored on cell phones and features that even allow you to use your cell phone like a credit card, common sense is critical in protecting your information. After all, there's very little you can do to protect your cell phone if you lose it or it is stolen. While many of these features are cool and make life easier, be wary of the trade-offs you are making in your information security. When all is said and done, as the world becomes more and more digital, any information we keep in the digital medium becomes easier and easier to access, both by us and unwanted parties. The best form of defense for your personal information is to never put it online, only keep hard copies of your information, and never move them to an electronic medium. Realistically, this is not a feasible strategy, and so it is important for us to put a lot of thought into how we balance our ease of access versus our security. Keep in mind that even if you do not personally care to protect your information, having an insecure, internet-connected computer makes you a threat to other people, as you risk passing viruses and spyware onto them. And you really don't want that on your conscience.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture Science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. help you. Maybe Black Mesa